All right, just like that. Bam. You would cough. I was trying to get the
6 seconds of
6 seconds
time. You
before.
usually tell me.
Well, I usually can get it beforehand. All right. All right, you ready?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting here waiting.
3, 2, 1.
Coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky.
It's the Yat Valentine. Oh, doggone it.
You even changed it.
I want to start that again.
You even changed it.
I did. I'm going to leave it in the show, too. I am going to leave it in the show. How about that? Let's try it again. In 3, 2, 1.
Coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky.
It's the ValentineCast with your patriotic couple, Jay and Renee Valentine.
Today is Monday, May 28th, Memorial Day,
And this is
2012.
And this is episode 62. Thanks to those that are currently and those that have served our country in the past. We thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. It's much appreciated.
So,
I messed you up today.
well,
You messed yourself up, and then I messed you up.
I messed myself up because I finally realized that for the past at least 10 episodes since we kind of changed our name from at Valentine Podcast to ValentineCast, that I still have been saying at ValentineCast because of how the intro goes. And so today, just on the cuff, I was like, it's the ValentineCast.
It sounds weird,
It does.
but we gotta get used to it. And then it'll sound like old hat, but right now it sounds weird.
Maybe I can say it's your ValentineCast.
It's your Valentine. See,
It's
that's
the
cute.
Valentine.
I like your Valentine cast.
It's your ValentineCast with your patriotic couple. Yeah, maybe I should do that.
We're say it's your Valentine cast because this is for all the people hearing this. So
Right.
it's like they get a Valentine every day,
Every week
every week,
or anytime they want.
anytime they want
Even when we're in the bed, they can have us.
on the podcast.
On the podcast, of course. So this weekend was a long weekend, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right into the weekend wrap up. So
We did stuff this weekend,
We did.
even on a holiday weekend.
Yeah. So
We
we decided to take Friday off,
Yep.
and even though it was a 3-day weekend, we decided to make it a 4-day weekend.
Which we need to do more often because this was amazing.
It was so great. It was
It
so
was
great
awesome.
to chill out Friday morning after work on Thursday, and we stayed up late on Thursday because we could. And
We stayed up so late.
and what were we watching? Oh man,
Watching TV?
we were watching TV, and
Revenge.
were we watching Revenge at night?
It was Revenge because
Okay.
the next night was.
No, we weren't watching. We watched Community.
Oh,
We
Revenge
watched
was the next night.
Yeah, we watched a few things. We watched a few things on Hulu, but it was a great time to have Friday off, and then Saturday, Sunday, and then today for Monday for Memorial Day. It was a really good time just to relax, get some stuff done around the house, and just really take our time and just be with family and be with friends. And that's a lot of what we did this weekend.
Yeah, my sister was in town from Atlanta, and she was up here, and so all my sisters spent a lot of time together, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We would love for her to come back to live in Louisville. I know she has plans to, but I really want her back because
Right.
I don't know. I just love my family. My dad is crazy, and my mom is awesome, and yeah, it was like tons of family time this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't ask for more. And then played
I
tons.
could. I'm playing.
I'm gonna tell them you said that.
They don't listen to it. They know I'm playing.
And then we played lots of Diablo 3, which we'll talk about later.
Yep.
But we had tons of that, which was fun.
And we went shopping for bird feeders.
Yes.
Because of the pesky squirrels.
Yeah, the squirrels that Jay said he was going to shoot, but he didn't mean it when he said that. Actually, instead of shooting them, guess what he's doing?
I am actually feeding
them. He bought special squirrel food.
Yep.
That'll actually feed the squirrels and hopefully keep the squirrels away from the bird feeder.
Yeah.
So we bought. So now we have 2 bird feeders out there, which is ridiculous. But we have 2 bird feeders.
Right.
And so yeah.
And I'm a little sad too. Maybe we could talk about that in odds and ends. Can you put that in the notes?
What?
To talk about that in odds and ends because
more about the bird feeders.
I'm a little sad.
Okay, we're gonna talk about your sadness.
My
about
sadness
bird feeders.
in odds and ends.
All right.
And then on Saturday, no, was that Friday morning that we planted the raspberry bushes, or was it Saturday morning?
It was the day after. It wasn't the day she. It was 2 days after she gave it to us.
When is it? The Friday. So Friday morning.
Yeah.
We planted the raspberry bushes. That we were giving.
I think so.
No, it was Saturday morning. We planted the raspberry bushes. So a coworker of mine had given us raspberry bushes from her raspberry bushes, and she gave them to us, and we planted those on Saturday morning, and that was fun. I mean, you did most of the, after the first hole. I mean, I dug the first hole.
You did the first hole because it was so much gravel. I was like, oh, this is all going to be gravel, but it turned out okay.
Right.
And I dug, so there were 4 bushes, and
I think 2 of them are going to bite the dust.
2 of them they look bad. Like the leaves are like dead, and we've been watering them every day because it's so hot here that I've been kind of making sure that the ground is stay moist. But if 2 of them bite the dust, it's okay because we'll still have 2 live ones. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah, so we did that, and then on Sunday when I got up and watered the bushes, and then I cleaned out. I flushed out the gutters. So I had went to Lowe's. We went to Lowe's to get. What did we go to Lowe's for?
We went to Lowe's to get.
Oh no, we went to Dairy Queen because we want to be like old people.
Oh yeah,
we want to be like we want to see what it was like to be a retired old couple and go to Dairy Queen and go in and get blizzards and just sit there and look at everybody.
Yeah, because old people, they go in because they're like retired. They don't have any work to do.
Right.
They just go and they sit in Dairy Queen and eat Dairy Queen. And they look at people and just like stare at everybody.
Right. So we definitely, went there, and after Lowe's, I was like, you know what? I checked everywhere because I had been looking for a flag.
Cheap.
Yeah, because I was. Well, no, if I was wanting to be cheap, I would have got the $9 kit from Walmart.
No, you were looking for a quality for cheap. That's what you were looking for.
Right, I was looking for. I didn't want to pay $50 for a flag.
Did you check on Amazon?
Well, I wanted it for today.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah,
or maybe you should have thought ahead.
Well, I figure I can get it somewhere else, and I did. So I ended up getting it from Lowe's, and we went to Lowe's. I got a nice flagpole, and I was able to get a nice flag. And I'm also in the hunt for some geek flags. So we put a tweet out trying to find some geek flags, and it's really hard to find mass-produced geek flags.
No one sells geek flags. Not custom,
but just mass-produced geek flags.
Yeah, they sell college flags. They sell the artsy flags. They sell nature. They sell animals, but they don't sell geek flags. Well, and I think that would be awesome.
And the funny part was Dark Anders, Matt from Salt Lake City. He said the reason they don't sell geek flags is because all the geeks live in their mom's basement. So they wouldn't have anywhere to hang the flag.
Oh, come on. So, and then someone said people in Canada don't need geek flags because they live in igloos.
Right. That was me.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah. And then so, no, that was Matt because he's from Canada.
Oh, yeah.
But and then while we were there, I got a gutter wand that extends, I believe, 7 feet. And I didn't tell you about this, but Sunday morning when I got to go flush them out, there's a knob on the side that opens and closes the valve. Mm-hmm. And so me thinking, it's going to be closed. You know what I'm saying?
When you buy it.
When I buy it, it's going to be closed. But no.
Did you take into account that maybe somebody had opened it?
You know what? I did take into account, but still. So I hook up the wand.
All this is happening while I was fast asleep. By
Yeah,
the
I
way.
hooked the wand up, and I'm like, all right, so I'm ready. I extended out, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna turn the water on. As soon as I turned the water on, man, I got drenched.
Did you really?
I got drenched. I mean,
Were you holding it like right,
no, I was
right
holding,
above you?
I was holding it at an angle because
But
I
it
had
was facing towards you.
oh yeah, because it has a hook on it that it goes up and it's a hook.
That is so funny.
And then it fans out and it's real thin, so I mean it's high pressure when it comes out.
Did it hurt?
And no, it didn't hurt. I mean, I just got soaking wet that morning. It was just
Like,
hilarious.
oh crap!
But then when I was flushing out the gutters, it was doing a good job of shooting everything out, of the gutters, the stuff, the grit, and all that other stuff from the roof and everything. Rough.
It's the roof. It's not the rough.
But the stuff started coming down my arms, so I was all wet down my
Water
arms.
started coming down your arms.
Yeah, and then when I got done, I had to spray the back patio off because
There's stuff all over the patio.
stuff all over the patio. But
yeah, but you shouldn't have to do it again for a while.
I didn't have to get on the ladder.
You can get those gutter covers.
Actually, we can't because the helicopters, the gutter covers, they had little slits in them, and in those slits,
Oh,
the helicopters.
I thought you meant real helicopters. I was like, what does helicopters have to do with this?
Yeah,
I
because
was so confused.
because the helicopters when they fly over and stuff like that, they're like,
I was like,
oh, the Valentines, they have gutter covers. They can't have those gutter
that's
covers.
why I was confused. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Right.
I'm just saying. Okay, so the little helicopter
Right.
things up off in the trees.
But yeah, so we did a lot this weekend.
Yeah, we did a lot. We were moving and spending time with family,
Yep.
which is why we failed something later. But we were moving and grooving this weekend.
All right.
So
Let's get on into some tech.
technology.
We have been trumped.
I got to live vicariously through my sister.
And so today, she finally decided to get a new iPhone.
Oh, she needed one. You all have no idea how much it pained me.
Because I wouldn't touch her phone because the screen was cracked. Because I have this thing where I'm paranoid if I have a cracked screen on the iPhone or any phone that I'm gonna get cut.
That's not true.
I'm gonna get cut.
Didn't you see? Was it her shattered one or Danielle? No, who had a D?
D, yes.
His was shattered.
I didn't want to touch his either. I don't touch shattered screens. They just freak me out.
Hers wasn't horrible, but it was pretty badly cracked.
And then I think hers was a 3G. Or
Yeah, hers was the old one.
Yeah, it was the old 3G
one.
or 3GS.
So, she went and got a new iPhone. She got an iPhone 4S, and I was so excited. We were like, oh, we want to go.
Yeah, so we were like, can we go with you to the AT&T store to get your new iPhone? She's like, sure.
And that was fun.
Yeah, so
It was fun hearing her first talk to Siri. She seemed so embarrassed.
she's like, Siri, is it raining outside? And she's like, nope, no rain in sight. we definitely had to do the Zoe Deschanel thing and everything.
Yeah, of course.
And then also in tech, this past weekend on Friday night, we were going to watch Revenge, which we'll talk about a little in media. But we're watching it on Hulu. And when we got back home on Friday night, we were having some serious trouble with Hulu. And basically, it would pull up everything. And then when we go to play it, say this video is no longer, it's not available at this time. It was doing it on my Roku, my Xbox, my PS3, my phone, and everything. But it was all on my Wi-Fi.
Right.
And it just
my Wi-Fi was acting up. Everything was weird.
And then it was also doing it on my PC, so I could not figure out what was going on. And then also I started noticing on Twitter, like some of the pic.twitter.com pictures weren't coming up, and if I kept refreshing, they would come up. So I thought something was going on with my router. So I updated the software on my extender because it was at the original. It needed it.
Right.
And then I just kept checking stuff, and then I was like, man, something really is going weird. And I was like, okay, maybe it's a DNS issue. And because on our router we use Google DNS. We did. So I took it upon myself to try out OpenDNS. And I went to OpenDNS and then I switched our router from Google DNS to OpenDNS, and bam, everything started working.
And it was faster.
And it was faster. So I've been trying to do some research, to see if Google DNS was having some issues that Friday night, and I can't find a thing. And OpenDNS is pretty cool because apparently you can set it up to give you stats on the most on websites and stuff like that about like how many requests go to a website.
Mm-hmm.
Our top, let's see here, let me choose a range of days. I am going to go back. I put it in on the 25th. So I am going to 25th, and I'm going to apply this to the 28th. And it is going to tell me what is our top sites that we send requests to. And this past week, it was Hulu, because we've been watching a lot of Hulu. And then it's Twitter because we also have TweetDeck up. So it's pretty cool. I've heard a lot of people say a lot of great things about OpenDNS.
Yeah.
And I just, really huge, a huge performance on our end. And the reason I use OpenDNS and Google DNS is because of my job. When I'm working at home, some of the providers that are our internet service providers DNS has a smart DNS. And what that does, if I type in goggle.com, they know I'm trying to type Google and it'll autocorrect and send me straight to Google. Mm-hmm. So that it won't, so it reduces the phone calls that people get, that the provider gets saying, hey, right, I can't get to Google, and they think the internet's broke, but they just mistyped it.
Right.
So, if you're looking for a DNS provider, OpenDNS is pretty good. I'm excited about it. But Hulu support, Twitter support was pretty good, even though I gave them a real hard time on Friday night because they weren't answering me fast enough.
Okay, I love whenever you call tech support for anything, you always say, well, I'm a tech guy, so that tells them to skip the little unplug, plug it back in, all that stuff.
I tell them everything I did because I don't want them to say, okay, what I want you to do is in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, click the start button, then go up to control panel, then go to network. Just tell me you want me to go to network connections. Okay, great. Cut to the chase. Let's make this call short. I know how to navigate Windows. I'm not, mama tech savvy. I am
mama tech savvy.
But I'm not a Google employee.
See, we can't say mama tech savvy anymore. We gotta say grandma tech savvy.
Okay, grandma tech savvy.
There you go. Because the moms are getting a little technical savvy because people are getting older.
Right.
And soon we gotta say great grandma when we get older, and we still. What if we're like 50 and still doing this?
Right. That'd
be awesome. Sorry, I am off topic.
Okay. No, that'd be awesome, actually. But yeah, so that was our weekend. That was our last weekend tech and everything. Yep. And I want to take a moment now to thank everybody out in the chat room. We had Snyder. He had stopped by and said hi, and we want to say hi to the guys from Gaming After Dark. What's going on, guys? Hey. And congratulations on for your partnership with Engine.
Congratulations.
Yep. So,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yay, congratulations. I found out something new today.
Yep. So that's huge for them. I'm happy for those guys.
That is awesome.
So with that, we're going to jump into some media. All right.
I'm not ashamed. I am not ashamed.
Nope, we're not ashamed because we spent this week with family.
We failed on movies. We didn't watch any of our movies. We didn't watch 1 week or Outsourced. Back into the nether with you.
All right. I'm gonna take them back into the nether.
Whatever. You know what? We're gonna do better this week, but you know what? We had so much to do this week. You all have no idea.
We had a super secret thingamabobble to work on.
So.
And it was great. It was a good week. And I'm scrolling through here real quick to make sure.
There's nothing ending soon.
3 o'clock high.
Is when is it ending? Don't say
June 1st.
Okay. Maybe we'll watch that. Maybe. That's
not
really high on my list.
The Messenger
is ending. Oh.
That is.
I might want to see that one.
June 2nd. And that's it.
I'll put The Messenger on here because we should watch that tomorrow night or tonight.
Okay.
Or the next day.
And The Messenger is about. The Messenger is about 2 hours long. And 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 the Messenger is about An injured U.S. soldier is paired with a by-the-book captain to notify families of killed
Oh,
soldiers.
I want to see that
A
one.
job that bonds them even when they're at odds. Oh, we should watch that tonight.
See, that's perfect for Memorial Day.
Yeah, well, that's kind of sad in a way, but
Well, yes, but it matches Memorial
yeah,
Day.
yeah, it does. It does.
All right, so I'm gonna roll for the movies that we have going on.
All right.
Uh,
Mm, mm, mm,
it's one because it's even. So 193. So what's the last one on the list?
King Corn. It came back.
Oh, cool. King
It's a
Corn.
documentary. Two friends move to America's Corn Belt to plant an acre of the nation's
I like
most grown
documentaries.
grain and follow it into the food supply. I'm excited about this actually. And this is one that I wanted to watch as well.
So I like documentaries, so I'm glad that happened.
Right.
So King Corn. So 96.
And 96 is going to be SWAT, Firefight. After a botched hostage rescue, Detroit specialist
This is the one with LL Cool
and
J, is it?
weapons tactics team becomes the target of a rogue government agent with revenge on his mind. Is this the one? This is not the one with Chris Brown, is it? Oh no, okay.
Is this one? I saw the first SWAT with LL Cool J.
No, this is some black dude.
Okay.
I don't know who
All right,
his
so
name
SWAT. It's an action movie. Maybe we blow them up. Kind of action that
So
you like.
there goes SWAT to the top. There goes Messenger to the top.
And King Corn.
And there you go, King Corn.
And 3 o'clock high can just go away.
Right.
It's not a high priority. It's just on there for the
Fodder.
yeah.
It is
We had to
fodder.
have some bad ones on there in order to make this, actual like tension. Otherwise,
Right.
we wouldn't care.
Right.
So yeah. We finished Diablo 3 normal mode.
Yep, we did
Yay! Act 4. Yay, the Valentine.
Right.
Yay.
And the story was great.
Oh, the story was great.
The story was really good.
Blizzard knows how to tell a good story.
Yep. And send you places that you thought you would never go.
This is true too.
So it was really good. Really thought out storyline, and I have a new hero.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
can't say anything yet. So when can I actually say my new hero?
You can't spoil Diablo 3 for a long time.
So I can never say so and so is my favorite hero.
No,
ever?
you can say that, but you can't say where it's from.
Okay.
So you can say, like, in a few episodes, so-and-so's my favorite hero.
Okay. I can do that. So, and Blizzard has this knack of just putting things that, you know how Renee, how you like to check list, check boxes to say you're finished with something.
Yep.
Blizzard just has a knack for doing stuff like that and putting points beside of it that makes you want to do it. So we've been achievement hunting, and so I've got all the achievements done for conversations with everyone, and I did that by going through each stage and talking to the people. Sometimes I had to go to a different part of the quest, so I had to replay, a certain stage in a certain act, and so I got all of that, and then we did. We're also doing nightmare mode now.
It's like, and I've never seen Jay so driven like me to get stuff like, so it's crazy. So yeah, we're doing nightmare mode. It's harder.
It is harder.
I died,
I did too.
but it's okay.
But we didn't die until we ran into the orange pack before the Skeleton King.
After the Skeleton King, right?
Right, because they
After
were
the Skeleton King, yeah.
because they were wallers.
Yeah, they were like the big
wallers
stampeding
and electrical people.
Yeah, it was bad.
So
we
they
died.
were they were double. So we weren't ready for that.
We should have planned a little better.
Yeah, I think we had to really read the bosses before we
Yeah.
engage in just saying, eat it.
Yeah, so we'll probably get done with nightmare mode.
Probably a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks.
Maybe before Nerdtacular.
Maybe we'll do hell mode. Maybe.
Oh, definitely.
If it's not really hot. Jay's like, we're gonna finish Inferno.
Oh nah, I'm not trying to push it.
Inferno's crazy.
Oh, we're gonna finish Inferno. I mean, but I'm not trying to push it real hard or anything like that.
So Diablo 3 was awesome, and I actually finished the first act of Walking Dead game.
Right. How was that?
Really good, and it's really good not to play it when it's dark. It's a little creepy, but it's really fun, and it's by Telltale Games, so they release chapters of games.
Right.
So I'll be waiting for the next chapter. Thank you to the Ladies of Elite podcast for turning me on to that.
Right.
I admit I did like it, so thank you.
So, do you think it's something that I should play, or?
You should, yeah. It's a good story. It's like it has good writing. So it's kind of like the show and the comic book. It has good writing.
So I played Telltale games. I got the Back to the Future Telltale games, but that's more you have clues.
Yes, this is kind of like what that is.
But
Not a
you
whole
don't
bunch
have
of action.
But you don't have hints though, do you?
Yeah, they give you some hints.
Oh, you told me they didn't.
Give you hints, but they aren't blatant hints.
Right.
They give you slight hints.
Right. Yeah, slight hints.
Yeah, like hey, hey, that's really loud over there. Like, those TVs are really loud over there. I wonder if I could do something with that. Like, they said, I wonder if I could break the glass somehow to make them even louder.
Right. Okay.
Those kind of hints.
Okay. And so there was a couple times I saw you playing it with the Xbox controller.
Mm-hmm. Which I love to play games with the controller.
Right. And there were times where you would repeatedly tap a button.
Yeah, there were scenes like a zombie would grab you, you had to repeatedly tap A. So I guess you have to repeatedly tap the mouse maybe if you didn't play with the controller.
Or the space bar.
Or the space bar.
Okay.
And like there's times when you have to kick a zombie off and you have to hit certain buttons at a certain time.
Was there a couple times where you didn't?
No, I did. It's really easy. They give you plenty of time. I don't know if there's a harder setting, but I never once missed.
Okay.
It was not a hard game. It's more of a thinking game and a story game. It's not a actiony game. You're gonna die.
So this is what I thought I was gonna get when I got Dear Esther.
Dear Esther was nothing like
something
this.
like that. I mean, so instead of you're actually involved.
Right.
But you're not just walking through the story and they're just telling you the story and everything.
And there's a cameos from some people you may know.
Okay.
So check out the Walking Dead game. It's a really fun game and it doesn't last long to get through the first chapter. So
right, and that's typical of the Telltale games that they put out 5 chapters, and I mean it's pretty cool. I mean it's like you pay $25 and it's a whole game after you get all 5 of them, but it's kind of broken up, in nice bite-sized chunks,
Mm-hmm.
And this week Steam had the Civ 5 you can play for free, and then also you could get it was 75% off if I'm thinking right.
I think so, yeah.
And you could have got the Game of the World edition for $12.99. We already had Civ 5, but we did end up buying all the DLCs that we didn't have attached to our DLC. I mean our copy of it, and so we spent a little bit over $10 to get all the DLC that we needed for Civ 5. So definitely do that. I know it's one of those games that we're eventually going to play, and it's like one of those games that you always kind of go back to and play. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next up, we actually started watching a. Oh, sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
No. We're gonna talk about this.
Okay.
Because this goes into video games. Last week we talked about 38 Studios and that they
we're having some financial
trouble, but it came out that they actually had to close their doors and they had to let go of the nearly 400 employees that they had in Rhode Island and other states.
Right.
A lot of people are upset about this and they feel that they were treated wrongly. A lot of people have turned to blame, the
front man,
and he's the founder of the company.
Yep.
A lot of people are blaming him. They say he cut a check for $4 million a few months ago.
Right.
And
to pay himself back.
Right. And I mean, I don't know the behind the scenes story. It's just really sad when people lose out on what they thought they were gonna have, and they have families. They got shackled with the second mortgage that the company was supposed to pay off.
Yeah, because there was, some of those people, they were supposed to have their house sold,
Right, like the company was supposed to sell their house, but they didn't. So,
right.
And it's all messed up. So I just really feel for the families, but the community is gathering together, and they're trying to find places for jobs for the people who were let go. And so that's an awesome thing that they're doing. Someone started a Google Docs sheet, so you can contact him. If you just Google around, you can find it. 'Cause I don't know
Right.
the guy's name.
Actually, if you go out to, you can see the link on the Frog Pants forums. Under films, not film sec, but Final Score, and there's a 38 Studio blog there. But there's a link in there to a guy that's doing, he's listing out 38 jobs in the gaming industry for 38 studios folks.
So, and that's a really good thing they're doing. So, all right. So we just wanted to talk about that for a bit, and then we started watching a new show called Revenge. Now, I've been wanting to watch this for a while.
Yep.
Just no time. Started it. It's better than I thought it was. I like it.
Oh yeah.
So the season's already finished. We just watched 3 of them. So it's gonna take a while to get through them, but I'm excited about it. This is what I'm determined.
They had 23 episodes.
I'm determined to get caught up on this one.
Determined. And the good thing is that it's on Hulu.
That's true.
And summer's around, and a lot of our summer shows are going away. There's only 2 more episodes of Mad Men and 2 more episodes of Game of Thrones.
That made me sad. Mad Men was so good. It was so good that it kept me awake for a long time.
Yeah.
It was really good.
But yeah, so we're excited about it. I'm still enjoying Hulu. I'm glad it's around now. To kind of fill in the summer, desolate land of no TV except for So You Think You Can Dance.
I know, but that'll help me get caught up on our Hulu, and that'll help us get caught up on our Netflix.
Right. But yeah, so right now we're going to jump into the favorite part of the show.
The fridge is not prepared!
All right.
Who cooked this week? I cooked this week.
You cooked this week. So
Good.
Renee on beginning of the week, she cooked 3 meals this week that were wonderful.
Yep.
The first of those meals was salmon cakes.
Yeah, and it was great. Okay, so use this canned salmon. I guess I don't know why they don't use fresh salmon, but it was good with canned salmon. I had no problem with that. And you just take the major bones out.
Yeah, the vertebrae.
You take the vertebrae out. I tried to get as many as the other bones out too, but they're so soft. They're so soft. They just crush right into the meat.
Right, so it doesn't really matter.
Right, and I fried them up, and they were so good.
Yep.
They had capers in them, which they didn't necessarily need.
Right.
Made a little salty, but they were yummy with tartar sauce.
Well, they didn't make them a little soft. I mean, see, for me, it's just like I told you with the capers and stuff like that. It's just, that's, I guess a nice touch for those that want the capers and whatnot. But I don't have to have that. I mean, I absolutely love salmon cakes, just the way you made them minus the capers.
Right. Right. So I will definitely remember that for the future.
Right.
So and then I made honey mustard mozzarella chicken. So good. I made honey mustard, and I was like, this would be good, thicker on a salad. Yum. So I made honey mustard and then poured over the chicken, and it had lemon pepper and mozzarella and bacon. I would leave the bacon off, but Jay said he likes the bacon.
Yep.
So the bacon will stay for him.
Yes, the bacon will stay.
On his, but I'll take no bacon.
Yep. So I'm excited.
But it was really good, and I gave my mom some of that and the salmon cakes, and she loved both of them.
Yep.
And then I also made chipotle lime tacos.
Oh, yeah.
Chipotle lime shrimp tacos. Those are really good, and I love shrimp tacos. And I added sour cream on them, which made them even better. So my mom liked that one, too.
Yep, they were great.
So it all worked out. No downers at all. So, yay me.
Yeah, babe.
Yay me for doing it up.
Valentine's odds and ends.
All right, so my sadness that I want to talk about today about the bird feeders.
Let's talk about your sadness about bird feeders.
Was that because, so we had the squirrel that was eating the bird food and everything like that. So one of the tips were to, take the bird feeder down and then wait a little bit so that the squirrel would know not to come back, You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so we took it down, and what happens with that is the birds also
forget
to come back. And so I was sad because, I was looking in the yard and I saw a cardinal over in the yard eating, worms out of the ground.
But he wasn't going to your bird
He
feeder.
wasn't going to my bird feed, and I was like, Mr. Cardinal, I'm sorry. You know, you don't have to eat the words out
It
of the
sounds so
ground.
personal.
I got great food up here for you. You know.
But and then a bird did go, but it was like a fin. It was like it was a brownish bird, and Jay was like, "We got an ugly bird at the bird
I got
feeder."
ugly bird at the bird feed. I don't have no
I was
Cardinals.
like, "Come on, Jay."
I was sad because, you know, there was at one point we saw like 6 Cardinals out there.
There was, but I think they'll come back. It's really hot.
Yeah.
I don't think birds like being out in the hot weather either.
Yeah.
You just need to wait.
Yeah, I'm
It'll
not
be
putting
fine.
a bird bath out because you have to take care of those because, and then, you know, yellow fever or whatever. What?
Yellow fever.
The mosquitoes.
Oh, I guess they do bring yellow fever.
I think, do mosquitoes bring yellow fever?
Do mosquitoes bring yellow fever? So, I mean, and we actually bought food to feed the squirrels, but I have not seen a squirrel either. So, if we bought food for the squirrels and now the squirrel ain't gonna come eat that food, I'm gonna be mad. I'm like, I spent $5 for food for you, and you not gonna eat it?
Yeah. Yeah. Female mosquitoes, they transmit the yellow fever.
So, I hate mosquitoes. So.
Woo, that's close. I thought the way you looked at me, I thought I had said something racist.
No. No.
Okay.
I was just confused. I was like, yellow fever? I was like, they have that in like third world countries.
Right. But so I did look at the squirrel log that I did put up for the squirrel because like Renee said, instead of fighting the squirrel, I'm gonna be feeding the squirrel. So I bought a squirrel log, and it's like this big old thick log that they can just chew on, and I put it on the next to the fence where he will run along. So hopefully he'll go to that log, and I looked, and it looked like the corner was kind of nibbled on.
Oh, okay. So
But I don't know. I'm hoping it's him, and
he's staying away from the bird seed.
yeah. So it looks like they're staying away from the bird seed, and we did get another bird feeder also that has a cage around it that the birds can, you know, land on and just eat from the feeders.
Right.
You know, so we'll see what happens. And I also tied our old bird feeder a certain way to where I think that the squirrel can't get to it. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, but yeah, with that, we had a few people that
Contact us, damn it!
and we want to read those comments and reviews out here.
Yep. Let's see. We got a comment from Nikki on the Mexican chicken casserole that I made a few months ago. She said, "Yum! Made this for my family tonight and got rave reviews from everyone. I'm a little behind on my podcast listening, but slowly working through to get current." And that's awesome. That was one of my favorite recipes. So
Yep. And
that's
she got
awesome.
that recipe off of our website, ValentineCast, and all your recipes are under recipe exploration.
Yeah,
right?
if you want to find like any one I put up, I put it under recipe exploration, and I will be putting up the 3 that I made this week since they turned out so well. So they're definitely going to be on there.
And we had a 5-star iTunes review from Kel B. Huff, and he said, "Quapes."
Because Jay says grapes.
Yep.
That's his thing.
Grapes.
Grapes.
And then we had Nate XL, and he says, "I am the real Art Vandelay Imposter."
Imposter.
So we want to thank those guys.
Thanks,
those
guys.
You know, I know they came over from Gaming After Dark, and they're, you know, when we had guests over there, and they're taking a listen here as well. And again, I want to say congratulations to the guys over at Gaming After Dark for, you know, their partnership with Ejuine and everything. Oh, you know what that means?
It's the end of the show.
It's the end of the show.
And we have ways that you can contact us.
Oh,
Contact us, damn it!
is that what you're waiting for?
Yeah, but it
Oh.
took too long. Yeah, and we have ways that you can.
Contact us, damn it!
Do it one more time.
Okay, all right, one more time. And you have ways that you can.
Contact us, damn it!
There we go.
You can reach us by email at thevalentinecast@gmail.com. You can also see our blog at valentinecast.com. And the podcast Twitter feed is ValentineCast.
You can also call us at 415-75-VCAST. That's 415-758-2278. Video can be seen at youtube.com/ValentineCast. My Twitter feed, Jay, is the Cowboy. TheCaoboi. And Renee's Twitter feed is The Ice Flow. Our outro music is Elliot Lip, Alive. This is from the Pretty Lights Music record label. Go check them out, guys, over at prettylightsmusic.com. So, hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day, and remember the true meaning behind it. And thank, those that have served and then are serving for us here, in the country of the USA. And
Proud to be an American. We're patriotic.
Yep. Just want to thank those guys again. So, have a great week. And
thanks everybody.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
You can talk, son. You can talk. You may speak now. Boom.
Okay.
That's a show.
And I can get out of the room because there's nobody there.
There's nobody there
to love me.
All right, to those listening to the show that may still be there.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us and everything. We really appreciate it.
We do.
I think we're going to go have some ice cream with the family. All right. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.